Hello, Chris Green here with the Flood Insurance Guru, and today we're talking about the new plant that is planning to be built in the area of Social Circle, Morgan County, Walton County, and Newton County, Georgia. What we're talking about today are some impacts that this plant could possibly have. You know, this has been a big pushback in the local community between schools and building. It's going to bring almost 7,500 jobs to the state of Georgia. It could be one of the biggest projects in Georgia state history. That could be great for the state. However, one question that most people are not asking is what kind of impact could a development like this have on your community when it comes to flooding? That's what we're going to discuss today. So today we're talking about this big battery plant that's coming to Georgia, or scheduled to come to Georgia. Today we're talking about the impact it could have on local communities, but today we're talking about the flooding impact. So what kind of impact could this have? Well, let's just look at some things that are planned. You know, we're talking about this massive facility that's going to be built, 10 times some of the current plants that are in that area now. That's a big development. That could be a big change in land development. The other thing is it's bringing 7,500 jobs to the local area. That's great news. Guess what? Those 7,500 people, they got to have somewhere to live. And inventory in that area is very low when it comes to housing right now, which means a lot of development. Once again, what's going to happen to the local community when it comes to flood threats? Remember, when we're talking about developed communities, we're talking about roughly 10% that's saturated into the ground. When we're talking about non-developed areas, natural setting, we're talking about a 90% saturation rate generally. That could be a big difference. Let's look at Huntsville, Alabama, the way it has boomed the last 5 years. A lot of flood maps in the area haven't changed, but it doesn't mean that flood risk haven't, which is exactly what could happen in these local communities in Georgia. Even though the flood maps haven't changed, because that's a process and it can take 3 to 5 years to update those. As this development continues to push forward and areas are developed, a lot of these flood threats go from what's called low risk to high risk. They might go from what's called a non-required zone to a special flood hazard area, which is where we're standing right now, where flood insurance would be required. So it very well could be that currently flood insurance is not required on your property, but maybe it is in the future because of this development. So it's important that you understand all these things and the importance of how land development can impact flood threats and flood insurance in the future. So if you've got questions in the Social Circle area, Madison, Georgia area, that Walton County, Newton County, and Morgan County area, click below to visit our website, floodinsuranceguru.com, and we'll show you, what is your actual risk? How do you reduce that risk? And how do you create long-term rate stability? Thank you.